This is a demo for all our milestones this semester in DevOps, starting with milestone 1, which was a basic Jenkins build server, and we use Maven as our build tool. As soon as I push a commit, we should be seeing a build startup on master. Now, for milestone 1 and 2, we've used Java projects and Maven. And for milestone 3 and 4, we've used Python projects and we've used Stocks as our build tool of choice. As you can see, build 11 has now been complete. If you look at the console output, we can see that the Maven build and test processes have finished successfully, and overall the Maven build was a success. Now we can also look at various other stats such as like the build history. As you can see, the last few commits and builds of master have been successful.
In milestone 2, we did automatic test generation and analysis. For this milestone, we had a Jenkins job which builds and tests the Apache Commons Collections project, runs the unit test cases for that project, and measures the code coverage using Kavachura. For additional test case generation, we used Randoop, which generates randomized test cases. This was used to increase the overall code coverage of the test cases. For static analysis of the source code, we used the Jenkins Find Bugs plugin, which basically publishes the report on the Jenkins dashboard. So as you can see, this is the Find Bugs report as well as the Kavachura report. We also implemented custom analysis where we check the source code for the code to comment ratio, and depending upon a preset value, we either pass or fail the particular build. Using Kavachura plugin, we can also set the limits of the coverage of the code coverage to basically pass or fail a particular build. So this was for milestone 2. For milestone 3, we have used base Python app and Travis CI as our build server. After a successful build, Travis CI triggers a script on a DigitalOcean droplet to deploy a new Docker container which has the latest code base on to the droplet. So this is the Travis CI dashboard, and as you can see, different branches have different builds corresponding to them. In this milestone, we also demonstrated the use of feature flags, which could be toggled depending upon certain values which were set on the Redis server. So as you can see, the same URL on the same server in one case shows that no URL exists, and in the other case it shows that this is a valid URL. So this was all about feature flags. We also had a continuous monitoring process which would check the health of the containers deployed and would raise an error depending upon certain thresholds. Along with stable builds, we also had canary builds deployed, which were continuously scrutinized for error scenarios, and correspondingly requests were redirected to the stable builds. So this was all about milestone 3.
So for milestone 4 of the project, we have implemented Diet Monkey as a special component. The main functionality of Diet Monkey is to shrink the resources in the server so that there is no over usage and the server uses only the required amount of resources. We implemented Diet Monkey by setting certain thresholds on parameters such as latency, and as the Diet Monkey shrinks the resources, it checks these parameters and makes sure that these thresholds are not exceeded in the server. So for the architecture of the Diet Monkey is as follows. We have a constant stream of requests which we get using a request generator, and these requests are sent to the load balancer. The load balancer forwards these requests to the server using a round robin algorithm. In our implementation, we have simulated these resource nodes by via Docker containers. Diet Monkey monitors all the parameters such as latency on all these nodes, and based on that, it checks whether more nodes can be reduced or not. Now that we've seen the architecture of the Diet Monkey, let's take a look at how the implementation works and how Diet Monkey controls the resources. So we have three processes which we need to start. One is the main process. The other one is the monitor, which gets the statistics from the Docker containers, and the third one is the Diet Monkey, which we call as the getstats.js, which monitors all these statistics and checks if the values exceed the threshold or if they're less than our thresholds. So initially we first start the main.js, and then we start the monitor.js, and now we also start the getstats.js. So now we also start sending the requests via Siege. So now we can see that the requests are coming in near the main.js for the main.js process. So as you can see right now we have about 16 hosts, and all these requests are being distributed to the different hosts. Now that we've started the getstat.js, let's go to the browser and see the output of this monitoring on the browser. So now we can see that the utilization, the CPU utilization for this has been mapped out on our graph along with latency as well. And we can see that the CPU utilization value right now is 45%, and right now it's varying between 45 and 41%. We also periodically keep checking that the latency, if it's less than our threshold, then we remove a resource. Like as we can see here that the utilization was 39, and it was below our threshold of 45, that was removed. We also have a check in place that if it ever exceeds our threshold, then we need to put the server back in, since that is the requirement for us. So right now, as we can see, the CPU percentage is like fluctuating between 42 and 44%, and we also capture the latency as well, which we can the variation of which we can see in this graph. So now it is periodically checking if the CPU utilization is above or below our threshold. This monitoring keeps going on in the Diet Monkey. So now we can see that once the CPU utilization has exceeded beyond 45%, the node was added back to the server. So in this way, we add this node back as soon as we find that the latency has exceeded our threshold. This is how Diet Monkey controls the resource and the resource allocation for the server. So this completes the requirement for the fourth and the special component of our milestone.